So I guess you could start with the newly evolved Evo Shield. So let me show y'all something with ordinances real fast. Okay, so Evo Shields. Early game, a lot of people pick up things like R99, that's pretty common. Anything you can find early, but people don't pick up Evo Shields, and I'm confused as to why. Evo Shields are ridiculously good. If you find them early game, pick them up. It's 3 body shots. For 99 is a clip. Like 1 clip will get you there. So that's basically 1 clip with no health. You're already at level 2. But another thing I want to show y'all is no matter the damage input just before a next tier, it will only give you to that tier. You can't, damage doesn't go over. It sounds like gibberish right now, but hold on. So y'all know how much damage a Kerber does, right? Or you could know that it's more than 11 damage that's to my next shield. So I only need 11 damage, and you know for certain a Kerber does more than 11 damage. What will happen? Watch what will happen. It will only reset you to the 300. So your damage does not carry over. You basically just wasted 100 and something damage trying to get to that next level. So sometimes it may be better to just get one tap and switch to next level, and then you can pull out a Kerber. I mean, if you're trying to kill him, sure, just kill him, but if you're talking about efficiency, then yeah, you might want to do that. And if you didn't know this, ordinances have different throw speeds. So let's stand up here, right at the edge of this, and throw a termite. Aiming at the zip line and see how far it goes.
Throwing thermite grenade.
Okay, you see where that line is. Okay. Granted, the grenade will roll back. Let's just still see where it blows up. It landed the same place, but it's gonna blow further away. Right. That's basically the same place. Now, let's do for comparison. Watch where Arc Star goes and watch where Thermite goes.
Thermite grenade out.
That's where the Arc
Star.
The Arc Star goes 7 feet above. So an Arc Star actually has a max range further than a grenade. See where that landed?
Frag out.
That's one way shorter, but didn't even make it over. So yeah, just know that. Actually, for a better reference.
Time to drop, shock, and rock.
For better reference, look at how far a smoke canister can go compared to Arc Star. It's about half the distance of where it can reach in max. This can easily hit the top. This will go half the chimney. That and
throwing Arc Star. Oscar Mike, I'm spotted.
Alright, Bangalore tips.
Spotted. Double timing it. Spotted. Double timing it. Oscar Mike, I'm spotted.
Alright, Bangalore specific tips.
timing it.
So I find a lot of people running away from squads because you can play Bangura like a Wraith, like play her like she has an ability to get out, which she does, smoke. But what I find a lot of people not doing is utilizing the smoke as best as it could be. Say this is your target.
Contact. On my mark.
You are
Oscar
shooting
Mike.
at them,
I'm
whatnot,
spotted.
whatnot, but you realize they're winning the gunfight. You need to dip out. A lot of people and a lot of Bangalores I see
On the smoke. Spotted.
Right.
Double timing it.
that area effect is good because look, he can't see through there. But as soon as he runs through there, he's just gonna see you. People use it to juke and go right or go left. So a good player, you're still gonna hear the footsteps or whatnot, so it's still gonna be pretty easy to find you.
Oscar Mike. I'm spotted.
What I suggest, as me playing Bangalore for the longest while, what I suggest is actually smoking ahead of yourself. Run into your smoke. Give yourself distance. But you know you're gonna lose the fight. Smoking ahead of
Pop and smoke.
this is to run into. Because how are you gonna know you're losing the gunfight? He's probably shooting at you, right? Which means he has to reload or switch to another gun. That little few second in distance buys you so much time. It's not even funny. Like that makes the difference between life or death. Bro. Also, when you're just approaching the squad, so you're by yourself, but they're standing looting up a box or whatnot. What I do is I usually throw an ordnance and throw a smoke at the same time.
Bob in the chimney.
It causes a little bit of confusion, and sometimes if you stick somebody or put it on the ground, it blocks the
Give it up the chimney.
it blocks the
Double timing it.
or just smoke the ult so they don't see the red flare and just know to run. Because that also gives off the distance of where it's going, like the direction, sorry. Because the smoke goes away from the direction you're going. So when you throw this ult, the smoke is going to blow back towards you. So people that know about Bangalore are going to know, okay, the bombs are going that way, like going.
Let's reposition here. Cancel that.
So what I do is I usually press my smoke, press my ult, throw it whatever I need to, and put a smoke grenade on top of it. It blocks it out. And another thing, if you're running from a team and you need to get out, I usually use my ultimate to create distance between me and enemies. So for a good tip, you need around 50 meters to throw your ult and make it to the end of your ultimate without getting touched. Like, so basically I'll throw this and I'll start running. As soon as I throw this, I'll start running. And by time I reach down to the end, all of the bombs will have exploded just on time behind me. So you need 50 meters. This is a good gauge. You'd have to know to gauge roughly what's 50 meters. So this is around 50 meters. So I'd usually go out my grenade, start running, smoke the grenade so people don't see the flare.
Old painless knocking at the door. Pop in the chimney.
So by the time I run, buy a drink. By the time you're here, you have just exited. Squad following you is not gonna, yeah, they're gonna get tagged for sure. But obviously I made it there with a little bit of time because I was on a slope, so the slide jump carried me a lot further. But if you're on a flat,
double timing it.
I would have made it just out in time, like with 2 seconds, like a second's to spare. So that's a good tip to remember. Oh shit, I forgot to show you what happens when you smoke the ultimate, what it looks like. You don't see the red flare when you smoke it. So I throw my ult.
Heads up, dropping the plane. Smoke out.
Run. Anybody looking at that will not see your red flare. Like, they cannot see the red flare that the ultimate gives off. They did not. They wouldn't have. Let's go again.
Spotted. Double timing it.
ultimate.
Already on my mark. Firing for effect. Smoke out.
But you cannot see it properly. You will not see that. Now it disappears. But for that split second, that's all you need to hide it. Enemy will not know which direction it's going. It's pretty good. Okay, a lot of people do not know how to animation cancel your smoke. Like, say you press it and you're holding it down, right? A lot of people do not know how to get rid of this without shooting it. Everybody press triangle, does all of that. You have to punch. Once you punch, it'll cancel it. And another good tip is, what separates ridiculously good bangalores from just mediocre ones is this gunfight situation right here. Okay.
I'm spotted.
Okay.
Off the mic. I'm spotted.
You're right here in this engagement, right? What do most people do? When they're shooting, as I said, and they might lose the gunfight, they shoot
Out in the chimney.
right?
Spotted. Double timing it.
What I suggest you do is, there's a way better tip. When you're in the engagement, and you know you're about to lose it, rather than having to pull out that, entire animation,
Give it in the chimney.
you can actually hold on your smoke when you know you're about to engage or disengage. And you can do anything. Like, the smoke, holding down the smoke does not stop you from doing anything. You can slide jump, you can do whatever you want with the smoke out. I'll show you in a few seconds. With this out, I can do whatever I want. I can reload, I can slide jump, I can pick up things, I can pop a phoenix, I can do whatever. So that when I'm ready to disengage, I already have a frame. I can just dip. As I said. Okay, general tip for when you're playing any character. A lot of people will, I don't know how do I get a damage shield? Oh, I have to get an evil shield and open it up. Alright, now we have a damage shield. So imagine this as somebody shooting at me, and I'm running away, and I need to shield up. A lot of people do not utilize doors. I need to be in a game to show you, but if there were a door, you can hide behind a door, and people would have to punch it down. So what I suggest you doing is, just before you get to the door, granted that it's open, you can actually slide jump and continue to slide while popping the bat, and you could open the door and close it. Actually, yeah, it doesn't matter if it's open or not. You could open and close it at the same time. So for example, you slide jump, pop your bat, and you're already inside the door, you close it, and crouch behind it. That buys you like 1 or 2 seconds to where they cannot punch down the door before you pop your bat. And if you have a gold shield or if you're a lifeline, 10 times better because you already popped it. And another tip, you can 1v3 squads that way. Staying behind the door, waiting till they punch it, there's a big delay from where they punch to when they can actually shoot at you. So sometimes it's better to just wait behind the door, especially if you have a peacekeeper, like something that's high damage output, or R99 or something. It probably may not be best for something like a G7, but R99 or a peacekeeper, something that's high damage, or wingman, or prowler, yeah, you get my point. So as soon as they kick down the door, you have about like a full 1.5 seconds before they're out of this animation, and you could just melt them right close range. But as I was saying, for the shield, do not forget to use it. That's a very good tip. That's a very good tip. Oh, that's how you practice. Like I just took it for R99 or practice man.
Off the mic. I'm spotted.
When you get into games, just try to laser beam. It takes a while to learn, but look at that control. Yeah, it makes a big difference when you get it.
Spotted. Double timing it.
So, once again.
Spotted. Double timing it.
Shielding.
Spotted.
You're running away from a fight, whatever. You can slide and pop your back just before
Give my shields a recharge.
behind the door. That buys you a few seconds off of it. That changes gunfights entirely. Thing about Evo shields too. So we did all of what? Did all of bang. Ooh, let's go lifeline. So I'm gonna do character specific tips as well. So you have your drone, right? Wait, actually, not ultimate. So a lot of people do not utilize Lifeline's ability the best it can be used. Like, it is appalling. Lifeline's ability and ultimate and passives can all be used as a shield, believe it or not. I cannot revive somebody down here right now. I wish I had somebody with me, but when the revive shield, say your teammate goes down, right, early in the fight, as a lifeline, what I do is I usually go directly to them in the middle of the gunfight. Like, no matter where they are, I usually go towards them because that's a free shield. It might sound stupid right now, but to me, I know exactly how I feel. Because when you res, she puts up a shield, and you can use that in the middle of the gunfight. Just tap the square button, like pretending to revive them, and that puts up a shield. So while you're stop shooting or whatever, or if they have a high damage weapon like a PK or a Kraber or something, you can just tap the res button, pop up the shield, and it will block the shot for you, and then you can just let go, spray them, go again, and block them. That's how you have to think. Like, wish I could show you examples right now, but he goes down, right? As soon as he goes down or whatever, I go near him and I play around him. So I can also use his knockdown shield to crouch behind, right? When your teammate has a knockdown shield, but be careful also because that can block your shots. Or they could do the same thing to you. That's what I'm trying to say. But what I'm saying is, when you res, she's gonna put up that shield, and it's gonna block a good distance. It's gonna be like this big, and it's gonna block all of that damage. So you can just tap the revive, wait till she's done, and then start shooting. And then tap again, and then she realizes, oh shit, yeah, I have to push the lifeline to get close to block that. By the time then, you should be winning the gunfight. You should already have more damage on her than or him than she has or you. He or she has on you. Another thing I don't see a lot of people doing, when you are fighting, let's say you have no shields. So you have no shields, and you also took health damage. I did that wrong. Let's say you're alone in health also. Say you're low on health, right? And you have to pop. You're playing lifeline. And you have to pop. By the way, switching is always faster than reloading. For example. Yeah, so sometimes you gotta take into consideration. Yeah, it might be a P2020, but as opposed to reloading when I'm low HP, I could probably just switch to the shots than I would with the R99. Just for saying sake. Okay, so say you're in an engagement where you're fighting, and you're running, and you're going behind cover. A lot of people stay here as lifeline knowing you have good heals and just try to heal up, right? They're like, yeah, I'm good. And then start shooting and whatnot. Or repush, right? What I do not see you doing is utilizing, in a 1v1, utilizing your heal deployed. Like, that has HP. People can shoot that. And in turn not shoot you. Or if you're not that mechanically lucky or whatnot, like they don't shoot right there. If they push you, you're already healing. You don't need to pop a syringe. You should be already healing while you're popping the bat too. So by the time you're ready, you're full HP. Rather than somebody that will just come behind here, pop the shield, and like, and then they're still low HP and they don't want to push yet. They have to go and do a make it. That's what Lifeline's for. You can put down your healing drone and then shield up. And you're like, yeah, by the time the shield battery's done, you should at least be half health. You can only pop one syringe or whatnot, may the case be. And close to end game, a lot of people don't know to use Lifeline's drone care package as cover. Say this is last circle right here, like from there to there, like all of that circle. So you have a building or something, you gotta push into the open. Just before ring closes, go out, peek your head, put down your care package, and go back inside.
Gotta cheat
So that
myself.
by the time circle starts closing in and you need to push in, you start pushing in, let's say about right now, anytime right now. You're like, well, you already have cover. I'm here. This may not look like anything big, but this is better than being out in the open. Like this right here, like this can block the entire thing from that direction by just camping here. And you can stay here. Most of the time, it does give you a purple helmet, purple shield, purple knockdown. So you may get lucky and get the purple shield, and that's a free body swap. Say I take all this damage, blah 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 blah. Oh, my shield is gone, but they're pushing. I have a free shield swap, and I'm back out again. They're like, what the fuck? How do you regen so fast? Shield swapping. Another thing for shield swapping: when you kill an enemy team close to end of the ring, always take out their armor. Even if yours is broken and it's more. Say you have a golden shield but it's broken, and they have a purple shield. Take out their shield, loot the bag, and then take back your shield and shield regen. Because most of the time, if you get rushed third party, you're gonna just say, oh yeah, I have the better gold shield, so I'm gonna leave it on, right? Or whatnot. So you're gonna loot, continue looting. All that time, you have on a gold shield with 1 bar. He just needs to come in with a wingman and 2-tap you to the head and you're dead. So, lesson and food for thought, just always loot the armor, because at least it's a little bit more armor than what you have on now. And then you can pick yours back up at the end when you're finished looting and you're sure there's nobody around you. Just heal it up and you're good to go. And also, if you kill enemies close to end game, like end of the ring, take out their armor. Like, take it out and drop it on the ground to where you're fighting. Because now you have your armor, you have their armor. It may be a blue, but it's better than having to reshield. So I could have, as I said, like how there's a purple shield here, I could have a blue shield from one of my teams and from one of the other teams right there, and I just be poking with the blue shield. Wait for them to push, pick up the purple, and I'm good to go. A lot of people don't do this unless it's like absolute pro play, but it's tips that you should use that you could help to win your games. And yeah, of course, do not pick up a gold shield as Lifeline. It is pointless. You heal gen the same time with a gold shield or without a gold shield. So give your gold shield to somebody else, like the Wraith or someone that takes that extra 5% damage because they're quote-unquote harder to hit. Low profile is the correct ability, well, I guess debuff. But yeah, you get my point. Let's move on to Pathfinder. Oh, yeah.
I'm coming in.
What? Why did it say Lifeline? Okay, Pathfinder tips. Okay. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there are 5 movement techniques with your grapple. 5 different movement techniques with your grapple. I'll teach you the one where what everybody wants to know, which is like the basic arc, where you grapple, and just before it attaches to the ground, you want to press your X button, and that's it. Just press your X button while you could be sprinting, you could be standing still, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it launches you in an arc and propels you forward. So you go like a kind of like a half circle going forward. So I'll show you. So just before it touches, you just press it, and you get the arc. And you can slide after that to get some movement, right? The next one is the launch, which is like a quick jump, or like a off. I guess it's offsetting in a 1v1, right? So let me give it to you for example. Say you're like right here. You're I'll go from advanced showing you of it to less advanced, like a more common. So you're sliding off somewhere, and you want to like just juke an enemy or surprise them. All right. You can. Let me change my sensitivity actually real quick. All right, because I usually play on a 6-4, or I use advanced look controls, which look something like this. All right. I usually use something like this, but as for right now's sake, I'll just show you. So say you come, you're sliding off here, there's somebody chasing you behind, and you want to get back up here to just surprise them. You can slide off
Using grapple.
and do the arc. But do you see how much time that wastes, and how long do you have to connect it? All that time they could be shooting you. So the launch is like a quick tap. All you have to do is tap the ground and press your X button. You launch into the air. Like, oh, I did it wrong, but so let me do it from the ground first to show you. All you need is like 1 second of it connected.
Here I go.
Oh, sorry. You need to press your L1, jump, and press L1 again, like instantly. Same thing, just like double tap while you press that. It gives you like a quick launch. Okay, I did it too long. Alright, I'll move on to the next one though. There's this swing, which is, oh, by the way, you can grapple zip lines and your ultimate and everything. You can use
Setting
them.
up a zip line.
Like, say you're off, you're trying to juke him, he's looking for you, and you could grapple it back and whatnot. I just let go, but you get my point. Yeah, that's a good thing. Juking people on your zipline is just straight path, and just flying like this, you're asking to be shot at. So, learning movement on the zipline is perfect. Pressing your X button and then pressing square again, and doing that repeatedly will get you like that. But you could grapple these as well. So doing this and keep pressing it over and over, you will just hop on top. But you can only do it about 3 times before you just lose all your movement speed and you just do it in one spot. Alright, so you can alternate it. So go like 1, 2, on, 1, 2, or whatnot. You can mix it up as you feel. Or you could drop and catch it back. Which is, instead of pressing X, you just press circle and then press square. This is a little bit more risky because if you miss, then you're falling. You don't have the safety net of falling back in line with the zip line. With this, I fall back in the line, so I can press it late if I want to. But with pressing O, you've got to press it fast, otherwise you won't catch it. Alright. So yeah, there's this swing, which is basically getting you around environment and going the opposite direction. So the swing is something like this, and you can go in that direction. If you do this on a point that's higher
Might
than
be
you,
something good this way.
you press X while doing it, you actually fly a little bit further, like a good distance further. Let me find somewhere that's not going to block me. Yeah, that's probably going to block me. We'll do it here.
Using grapple.
You go a little bit quicker, a little bit faster. It cuts the angle, but you could just go a little bit quicker. And you also have, like, say you're just running in a straight line, instead of doing the arc, there's a predictable circle or whatnot. You can also just do it to the side and do
Here
the arc.
I go.
You don't have to be straight in line with it. You don't have to do the ground to grapple. But this gets some getting used to, the timing for when it connects. So as soon as you see it like do that weird flick at the end and it connects, that's when you want to press it right there.
Using grapple.
So you want to press it. It just propels you forward. If you are
Setting up a zip line.
the double zip line, say you're in close zone and you want to just use it to shoot, right? It still does work of getting you there faster. The animation, like, you may look like you're doing gibberish, but the animation for them is ridiculous. I'm telling you, they will not be able to like hit you properly. I usually use this when I'm close in zone. Like say this is the end of the zone, and I need to like just be in the and just wall bouncing, buying time. When I want to push, I could just. You get my point, right? Caustic. It's the next bad boy.
That was enlightening.
I'm just letting you know. You can use Caustic's trap to hide when you shoot up. Say you're in a corner or whatnot. Just put a trap right on you.
Variable added.
It actually blocks a lot.
Gas trap deployed.
Like from the outside, like in front of me, if somebody was standing up right
I
there,
suspect we will
they
find something
could
here.
not see me. They can't see me. I wish I had somebody else to show you the point of view, or let somebody else do this so I could show you. But try this in game and let your teammates look at you. They cannot see you. they really cannot see you. But be careful. If you stand up or if you move too much, it will pop you out. Like if I just press X, it will pop you out. I didn't even move. It just pops you out. Right. I don't see people using Caustic's trap as much as they could. You can use it as a mini Bangalore. When you're rezzing, put down a shield, put down a trap, shoot it,
My path is clear.
and res. You can use it as a good smoke cloud. Look at what it looks like. It's still hard to see. It's almost like a Bangalore smoke. I can't see the bottom that big. I can't see that. Say you're in the middle of a fight, in the middle of somewhere, and you're in a put down a trap.
Placing gas
Even if you know it's not safe, right? Because what happens is, if they shoot it, or waste time trying to shoot it at the bottom or whatnot, that's time you have to shoot it to him. And you can also use this as cover. They can't shoot you through this. I'm shooting at this bot, look. I'm aiming. You can't shoot through this. So you can use it to juke around. Exactly. Right? You're in the middle of nowhere and you want to shoot
gas
it.
trap deployed.
Same aspect applies.
Placing gas trap.
But one,
My vision is clear.
you have basically a cover. If you think he's here while you're shooting up, but you get shot in your back, you can move to this one. Something like that. Like you still will get hit, but it's way less than just standing up, being in the open, being a big fat boy. It's a big difference. Yes, your traps do equate to your
Gas
Evo
trap
shield.
deployed.
They do. Believe it or not. Look at the Evo shield damage going down. One single trap will put you at a blue. A full ticking of one trap will put you at a blue. Pressure shield. There you go, right? And subsequently, so does your ultimate.
Breathe it in.
And yes, you can stack your ultimate and your trap damage, but it only multiplies your basically your ult damage by like 1 each tick.
Independent variable added.
So you can't put down more than 3 traps in one ult. 2 traps in one ult, sorry. It'll just cap the damage. Oh, I need to show you a clip of. So okay, so y'all know the vaults, right? In whatever World's Edge it is, right? The vaults. When you spawn close to vault, or say you land close to vault, after you loot up, run straight to the vault. I don't know if this been patched yet, but run straight to the vault. You can stop anyone from getting into the vault by playing Caustic. So basically, you're gonna go up to the vault, right? And imagine this is the door right here, right? You're gonna see a gap at the top of the door about this big,
We should conduct
just
a
as big as
search right
this,
here.
right? But it's gonna be in the corner of the top. I can't show you because I'm not facing, but in the top right of the door frame, you'll see like a little space, a little gap. You want to aim right at the corner of that with your trap. Make sure the thing bounces right in the corner. Like you'll see it like that. It looks like something like this. And it may not look like it will go through to you, but trust me, when you throw it on, like it'll be something like this, but from the opposite side, and it'll bounce in
Placing an
and go through
independent
and
variable.
land inside the vault, right behind
I
the door.
suspect we will find something
And
here.
even if someone has a key and they open, you gotta do it on both sides, by the way. Throw the trap. I mean, And even if somebody unlocks the door, when the vault's open, it'll hit the trap like a normal door, and it'll block it. And you can't push or open vault doors as a player. It's just a system program to open. So once they try to open the first time and they get blocked by an object or whatnot, then they won't open. So nobody can get into the vault, and it is ridiculous. It is really pathetic. But obviously, now, when you come up to the door and you try to open it, you can crouch and look through the space that the door opens and pick up your traps, and it'll work. Once you kick back into it, it'll work. I don't know if they patched it yet, but give it a try. Next character, we have Mirage.
Here I come, Mirage to the rescue, after being rescued.
Okay, so Mirage's clones act as bait for traps. Say someone has a caustic trap, or say you have a wraith on your team, and it says, and he calls out to you and lets you know there are traps nearby. Send out your clone in the direction you're going ahead of you. And yes, your clone can do more things than just run. If you slide and send your clone, he will slide too. It's not as good as the dummy event dance party thing, but look, you can send your clone sliding as well.
Faking him out with a decoy.
See, he slid until he hit the spot. If I put the player all the way over there, he will slide all the way until he comes to crouch speed. So basically, like, till he slows down. Then once he crouches, he'll crouch walk. Basically, the same thing will happen if you slide and you lose momentum. Your character will just start to walk. I'm just gonna press the slide and move forward, nothing else, until it changes my stance. So, and then he just starts crouch walking. Right. Your clone will do the same exact thing if you put his waypoint all the way over there.
Go bamboozle.
He'll go till he can't go no more, and then he crouches. You can also do it off of cliffs or anything. Say I'm fighting someone on high ground, right? And you're fighting so you want to back off the shield up or whatnot. What I usually do is I send a sliding cone
She got bamboozled
over the edge. Because that's going to scare more people than just running a cone in a straight line or whatnot. I meant sliding clone, like send him sliding.
Go on, bamboozle him.
Because that's what most people do when they're on high ground trying to fight you and they know they could win. They'd slide off and then turn around and try to shoot you or whatever. So that's going to jump the person below you for sure. And that's going to buy you time to shield up. Another thing is... when you use your ultimate, try not to slide. Because when you slide, you create this dust. See that dust that's underneath your feet? See that trail? You create that whenever you slide, invisible or not. So when you're running, you actually don't create that much of a dust or whatever. But when you slide, you create a lot. So when you ult, that's gonna show up.
To the rescue.
That smoke trail is gonna show up. They're gonna know where you are. It is the fastest way to get out, yes. But do not slide jump. I don't slide jump when I use my ultimate. I usually just run. And if I'm getting really close to somebody, I usually just stop, crouch, stop, crouch, stop, crouch, until I'm right behind them, and then I can uncloak and laser them. But a good tip for when to use your ult. People do not use Mirage's ult anymore. Like, why? You can win a gunfight off of that. You see the poking phase? Whenever your team calls out someone cracked or someone weak, I will usually make sure, because I play passive with Mirage until I can use my ult. So I'll play passive. I'll just be playing like I'm a Watson or I'm a Crypto or whatnot. I'll be playing super passive and poke. And just sending my clones to distract people or buy time for my team. Or furthermore, when one of my teams is shielding, but I know he's getting pushed, I'll set a clone at his direction. Like, to just stop the enemy team from, like, he'd have to stop us because, like, is that a clone, is that another clone, and then start shooting at my teammate. And another thing, oh my gosh, this is really important. When you are looting a box and you think you're about to get thirded and you still need to shield up, as I told you, like, pick up their shield and leave your broken shield in the box until you're finished looting. But let's say you're Mirage and you finish looting and you put back the weaker full shield, so now you're on, let's say, a weak gold shield and you have to heal up. put down a clone standing up right in front of the loot box, and it will look like he's doing the same thing you're doing. It'll look like he's actually searching through the loot box. And that's, I'm telling you, a third party will come in there and waste an entire clip before they realize you're a clone. And you have that time to shield up. Yeah. I think that's about it for Octane. What's his name? Mirage specific ones.
Whoa! What a rush!
Guess for Octane now. For Octane. Okay, first thing first. Your stim does not make you move faster in the air, on a zip line, or on a balloon. They're useless on those things. Count the time it takes for me to go on one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright? Pop a stim and go on. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the same time. As for running distance, of course it's way faster. I'll do normal slide jumping all the way to there to see how long it takes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Takes around 11 seconds roughly to get from there.
We could check out here.
Right? Around 100 meters, right? So he's no Usain Bolt, but 100 meters, okay? And just using it with sprint only, using stim. 1,
It's go time!
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's around just a 2-second shaved off. And air strafing. When you throw your ultimate, you can air strafe. I don't see a lot of people doing this. When you throw your ultimate, you don't have to jump at an enemy. That's a straight line. Looking at, from somebody looking at it like this, you're gonna get melted. You can, in turn, press X when you're on a jump pad to jump further. You saw where I landed, right? You can press X to jump further. I'm gonna land way further than I did. See? That's a big difference. But you can also strafe while you're on the jump pad or in the air. To strafe, when you go into the air and you're pushing forward or W or whatever, you release your movement keys and turn your view and just slightly move the movement speed, and I'll show you. So if you want to go to the left, strafe. So you see the difference of where
What do you think is over here?
all the way over there. You could do the same thing going right, or you could go behind. You could go, let's do it to the right. You can literally strafe almost a full circle. So you see where I landed compared to over there. So I'm only telling you this because if you see an enemy there that you're shooting, you jump on it last minute, you don't see him, he starts shooting at you. You just strafe away from him. You don't have to go straight to him and fight him. This also applies to any other character in the air. So you're sliding, you can strafe any character. So you can use this to get behind the door, to start your shielding early or anything. You could just slide and strafe when you're behind the door. Oh yeah, there's also a gun animation when you're climbing that nobody realizes. Or popping a shield battery, right? Let me show you. There's a weird animation. Right, there's a weird animation. So you need to shield up, right? But you also need to reload. Right? Start your reload animation and then wall climb or start popping a battery, right? It'll actually shave a few seconds off your reloading time. So say you're here, wall climb, and what? Wall climb. Oh my god. Say you wall climb. What? Alright. You could do an animation between the, like punching or shielding.
Charging shields.
Reloading, and you start your shielding process. Okay. I don't know if it's a sign or what.
Charging up my
So
shields.
right there, you can pop your shield in that time. By the time we're done, for some reason, it's... Okay, this is definitely a bug then, because there are times where I and I go to shield up, like I just press the reload button, and I just pressed it like that. It'd only be at like the first time I pressed it, and then I pop my shield. By the time I'm finished popping my shield, I could shoot again. I don't know if it's a bug or not, but it probably was. I'd go into game to show you game specific tips, like shielding behind the door, balloon strafing, anything. You can scroll back or go back to the beginning of the video. I did most hero specific tips already.
You know, I don't take myself too seriously. I don't take myself anywhere. Really,
Everything.
I need to get out more.
I'm only picking Wraith to show you this one thing.
I'm good at what I do. Believe me.
Introducing your champion.
I will shed blood and honor the Allfather.
It's time. I'm the jump master.
I'm sorry,
Got
but
a
you
good
could have
feeling
killed
about
my
this area.
friends.
Heard that.
Have you prepared for your end? I have.
Here we go. Ready?
Another
Let's
thing
do
while you're
this.
flying. To make it plus 1,000 meters, you want to go between 142 and 135. So dive to 142. Oh my god, my game crashed. Oh, my love.